Morning, Barman.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's fine. Nice background.
Yes. Your office looks very organized. I need to organize
No,
my office.
it's very crowded.
That's why I'm using virtual background. I don't want
Oh, it's very
everyone see the
crowded.
mess.
It's very crowded.
Well, you're busy. So, but it's crowded, but it's organized, which is hard.
No, not really. No, no. But I don't have room to organize. How come you're running? You opened the Zoom, right? I thought
Yeah.
is that your Zoom or is that
Oh, no, this is still
Betty?
Betty's Zoom.
Betty's?
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. So he said, yes, just keep using it.
Yes.
And I have no problem. I think it's easier so people
Oh, yeah.
don't need to switch back and forth, getting
Right.
confused. Yep. And we don't use Zoom at work. We use Teams.
Oh, tip.
Yes, Microsoft Teams.
Teams, yeah. It doesn't have all the capabilities of Zoom. I know I got a couple of Toastmasters club, they have this, and I got problem. The first time while they have a meeting, I tried to log in, I couldn't because and it doesn't have all the bells and rings of the Zoom. It's okay. As long as you guys are happy, that's good.
Yes, yeah, I think that's okay. It's
Oh, yeah.
well, I think this company we use Office 365, right?
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
company, so they just built in everything. We don't really like the Teams. It kind of sometimes a lot of issues. So it's like slow down or just
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to with Zoom with all these options and capabilities, and many of them they don't exist anywhere else. Like breakout room, survey, polling, and individual text messaging. If I want to send to individual person, I couldn't do it with Teams.
I see. I see. Yeah, see, we never really use those kind of features
Yeah.
for yeah, so I guess the definite limitation and
Yeah, the reason they were using it because they were from UTD and UTD gave them and they said use this one. But it's okay.
yeah. Yeah, my son at school, I think they use Google Classroom.
Yes.
Yes. So the Google Meets, right, is that they have all the same things, like everything built in. So they use that kind of thing. So how's your summer so far? Have you gone anywhere or?
No, not yet, not yet. I'm looking for still there are a lot of places overseas that are not good to go yet. So
Yeah, yes. I think right now overseas is not a safe place. It's maybe just mainly focus on domestic travel.
yes, and that was the one I had planned to go, but I have to postpone it maybe one more year.
Someone sent a
Yeah, someone says I didn't get agenda. Do we have meeting? And I responded, yes, of course we have a meeting. And now Ming I have sent the agenda through the email. But apparently some people, they don't look at the emails. I don't know.
I see. Yeah, see, I think each one has their different way of preference of
Yeah.
communication, and oh, that's why I was a little bit surprised too. I said, "Well, I didn't see the agenda," but I checked my email. I said, "Oh, yes, there, so no problem." So the school starts next Wednesday, I believe. Yes, the
Next one, yeah.
well, it's coming Wednesday.
So you should have more free time now.
Oh my goodness, I am not ready for the new school year, especially with this COVID issue.
Do they have to go to the class? Or
I
still they
believe
have
so.
option?
I don't think they have hybrid this school year. So far, I didn't hear anything yet. So my company just had 2 cases in last week. The whole COVID, that the period that when we work from home, we don't have any cases in Dallas campus. Our school, I mean, our company has different offices. So Dallas campus, we never have any cases. And we back to office for a week because they said, oh, everybody had the shot. We had we registered and see how many employee. Oh, good morning, Alicia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many people already employee have been taking the vaccination? So they said, oh, it's over 75%. We're okay. So everybody went back, and then within a week of 2 cases. So
Oh my
everybody
God.
back home
Really?
again. Yes,
Just within 1 week? So still you are busy going in person or no?
right now we're coming back home again. Work from
Yeah,
home
yeah, yeah.
again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we
What
bring
happened?
everything back.
They had vaccinated or no? Those
They
who,
well, HR did not really provide all the details. They're trying to keep it very,
yeah.
private. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's not fair if they have not done it and they claim they have done it. That's not fair.
That's right.
Because some people they're anxious to go and some people they're anxious to get their money and so on. They say, oh, okay.
Oh,
How are you doing, Delicia? You're muted.
You are muted.
okay. Still learning. Yeah, everything is okay, but it seems like the Delta variant is spreading again. We're planning to go on vacation December, but I don't know if we will make it because they maybe have new restrictions again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's a concern. And we don't know what's going to happen.
Oh my goodness, so.
It's frustrating.
Even my country right now, they're scrambling for vaccines. My island, they're just, I mean, my older sister was in the waiting list, like 192. They only had 40 vaccines.
Wow. Is that in Philippines?
Yes, in
Wow.
my island. My island is in the middle and it's far away from capital, which is Manila. So Manila is getting, more vaccines, but the faraway islands, they still have, not received enough vaccines for their people.
I see. Yeah. And here people choose not to use vaccination. They have
I
it's just
know. We have some vaccines overflowing, and Americans are even putting up signs. They're even filing suit that they don't want to be mandated. It's
Yeah.
Incentives for some state that if you do it every week, they draw the name and they give $1 million for those.
I know.
And I feel bad because I had my vaccination long time ago.
You want to join the lotto?
I was hoping to get the register for that. I can get $1 million.
Wow. I think it's in, where was it? Is it in Ohio?
Ohio and California, I know
Okay.
for those, but I'm sure that other states they follow. But Ohio was the first one, and then California.
Yes. So I don't understand the people. Even my sister-in-law, she's a nurse. Until now, she's resisting. She didn't want to be vaccinated.
Oh, really?
No, she thinks that the vaccine, they listen to the news and they said that she thinks that it's not really a vaccine, it's just an experiment. So you know, she's 69 years old, and she's afraid that it will alter her DNA. But I mean, who would you rather die? I mean, at age 70, you know, rather she's looking at the DNA in the future, her DNA.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Maggie. Good morning.
Hi, you look very
Hi,
nice.
Minging. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, hi, Mingqing. I saw you briefly appeared and
Yeah, I try to test my micro speaker, make sure speaker microphone headset is working.
it's working
Everything's
pretty well.
working.
And then we are waiting speaker runner. And yeah, today maybe it's supposed to be, we have very few people going to attend and just wait on runner.
Yeah, last meeting we had 6 people, was it?
7. Oh, no, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Right, last meeting I think we have 6 people, including Shane, that the
Area director.
right, the area director. Yes, but I think Barman Dao in, so we count you in as well.
Yes.
Yep. So I think
Mama
it's,
has to be a must. You're the must.
Oh, Rangna. Rangna is supposed to be here too.
and Betty.
Uh-huh.
I think, are we on time now? Let me see.
1 minute.
1 minute.
4 minutes. They're very precise. How is everybody so far?
Oh, good. The weather is getting a little bit cooler. I mean, not as cool, but still better than July.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, August is supposed to be the hottest month. But
July and August, yes.
yeah, okay.
And
In
Denisha,
Chinese, there is a farming season. There's a special term for this weather. It's called Fu Tian. F-U-T-I-A-N. Fu Tian meaning it's the hottest season in a year, and there are almost 49 days for this period.
Sanfu, right?
Yeah, they start from number 1 to number 9. So
Yeah,
9 foods.
I lost track of that. That's the lunar calendar. It used
Oh,
to
I don't
be
know. I'm a counter too. Oh, I said, I didn't know I'm a counter also.
okay, Denisha, did you check your email? And it looks like we have a special speech today for BAM and the U assignment rule.
Okay.
Chan, did you get my email for BAM speech? And
yes, I'm an arguer.
Oh, no, you don't need to tell him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't hear that.
No, I'm not an arguer. I'm a different role.
I don't know.
And Denisha, maybe you can check your email about the special assignment for you.
Oh,
We have
okay.
special role for you. And now it looks like we have everybody. And that's for sake of time, let's start the meeting.
Mhm.
And maybe everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
And Chan, maybe you can start the opening welcome and we can continue.
Okay. Welcome, everyone. And we have a beautiful day, and we have the school year coming, so it's exciting time. And we have a very small group today, right? And we so we should have a good discussion, I hope. And with that, I think today's the we don't have any guests, and we just go direct to the meeting. And our Toastmaster of the day is Ming-Qing. Should we start the pledge? Or Ming-Qing should do the pledge? You can
Yeah,
do
you
the
can go
pledge.
ahead. And that's our
Okay.
traditional president do the pledge.
Okay,
Start
let's
with-
start the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flags of the United States
of
of
America
America and
and
to the republic for which
it
it
stands
stands
one
one nation
under
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our club motto, where there's a will,
there is a
there's a
way.
way. Keep
Keep
sowing.
Do
Do
not
not
worry
worry
about
about reaping.
practice
Practice and persevere. Thank you. And I'll hand over to Toastmaster of the day, Ming-Qing.
Okay, thank you, Chang. And today we are going to have another meeting, and we only have few people, and hopefully we can discuss more, and we have more engagement. And the theme of the day is the summer, new school year, and the summer is over, and the school supposed to be start early next week for different ISDs. And for some of us member here, we don't have any kids, and maybe most of us maybe have some kids or maybe grandkids within the school, and the new school starts, and it's a challenge year, and hopefully CDC have some more practical guideline for the people. Looks like the mandate for the mask is not required for the last school. Hopefully we don't have any outbreak in the kids for the COVID-19, and it's exciting time for the kids. They can go back to school. Some kids maybe feel sad. "Ah, I don't want to go to school," but some kids are maybe excited. Maybe or most parents are excited. I have free time. Okay, I don't need to take care of them in the summer. And a reminder, we have tax-free sales the weekend. So if you're shopping around the office supply, you get tax-free for this weekend. You can go anywhere, shop Walmart, whatever, Costco, you can buy some office supply, it's tax-free day, weekend. Okay, without any delay, we can start introduce the rule of for today's meeting. So Denisha has two roles, grammarian and R counter. And Denisha, can you share the word of the us?
Yes, beforehand, as a grammarian, I will listen carefully, attentively to the use of the English language. I will make notes and listen for words which are interesting and effective. I will also note down the good use of English and incorrect word usage. I will report my findings when called upon. Back to you, Toastmaster. Sorry. Today's word is proactive, an adjective, meaning acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or changes. Other name is forward-looking or foreseeing or visionary. Sentence usage: schools are taking a proactive approach to prevent spread of COVID-19 in this coming new school year by strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of students and teachers. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you. So next will be the timer. Timer will be me, and as we speak, and today we have the speaker runner, so she speaks 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to change the background and remind her the timing of the usage. And Baham, what do you speak time? You have 5 to 7, but how to measure that time? Because you have the role player, right?
Yeah. The total amount is 10 to 12 minutes.
And 10 to 12.
About 5 to 7 minutes I speak, and during this you interrupt me or whatever, a couple of minutes, and I take care of that. But the
So I
total,
will show the
12
green light
minutes,
when 10 minutes
12
and the
minutes.
12 is the red light, right?
Yes, and
Okay.
the title is Real Estate Global Market in the US and Texas.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so next will be our word counter, and there will be runner. Runner, do you want to tell more people more about that? Or maybe you already know that, and you can just send the word to runner. Runner,
Yeah,
please speak.
okay, I'll just say a little bit. So we're gonna vote on the best speaker, best evaluator.
No,
and,
you be the best speaker. I'm just presenting something. So no vote.
No. And big three, best of big three. Big three means Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, and table topics master between the three. So send your vote to me. You can send along the meeting or at the end of the meeting. Either way. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we all finished the introduction of the helper for today.
Oh, you forgot the eye counter.
Oh, I saw you already talked about icon, right?
Oh, that was only the grammarian.
Oh, okay. So please go ahead to talk about our counter.
Okay, yes. As an eye counter, I will note down overused words and fillers such as and, but, so, okay, and you know. I will also note awkward gestures, and I will report my findings when called by facilitator. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you. So now we have our first speaker, Rona, and we can have her evaluator, Betty, to introduce the Rona speak for today.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Today, Rona is the speaker one. Her topic is once upon I was a protege. And this is the level 1, 2, 3. Rona.
Oh, level 2. Sorry, I forgot.
Her level 2. Let's welcome Rona.
Thank you, Betty. Let me share my screen for now.
Don't change it. It looks good.
Oh no, my my PowerPoint. Let me share my.
Yeah, I'm joking.
Wow.
Okay, again, Betty, thank you for your introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. The project I'm doing today is about mentoring. It asked me to remember a time I used to be a protege experience. I think we all have been a protege at some point of time. Sometimes we realize that we do it on purpose. Sometimes we don't really realize it was a mentoring process. So today I'm going to actually talk about a book. In the past 3 months, I have been in a reading club. We're reading a book. I think the book and the author is a good mentor for life. The name of the book is called I've Decided to Live 120 Years. How do you feel when you see the title? So the key word here is decided. Another word is how we're going to live our lives. In the beginning, the author gives some reasons why living up to 120 years is not a dream. It's actually practical and it can be achieved. As you can imagine, the average length of life has been increasing since World War II. The percentage of the elderly population has been increasing. For example, in the United States, there were 14.6% of the population over age 65 in 2014. And by the year of 2050, the number is predicted to be 22%. That's 1 in 5 of people. In South Korea, the population above age 65 will be 36% by 2050. And in Japan, it will be up to 40%. So almost half of the population. How to live a long, healthy, and meaningful life is going to impact the whole society. The way we live Sorry, I'm behind on my PowerPoint. Okay. The way we live our first half of life almost is the same. We go to school and then go to college, find a job, and have a family and raise up children, and then we retire from work. Who has designed this path for life? Have you ever thought about this? Why do we have to follow this path? We don't even think about this question. We just follow the path people before us have lived. But how about the second half of life, after retirement? There's no path like the first half of our life for us to follow. So we have to decide how we're going to live our second half of life. If you retire at age 65, you still have 55 years to live. And how to live these 55 years is going to make a difference to the world. The author actually gave some guidance on this. But first of all, we need to have a healthy body, which is physical power. So we know we need to eat healthy, exercise, and just to have a healthy body that's just going to help live longer. And second of all, happiness. The things made us happy before may not make us happy at this age. So we need to find new sources of happiness. And third, let go of some things such as things make you sad, make you angry, or something from the past, some bad memories. Let go of those things because they're not going to do any good. What about solitude? Solitude, it's inevitable. When we get older, our friends left, and we cannot go out as we want to, or visit our families or friends. What about the younger people? They're all busy and they don't have time to share with us. So we got to find a way to deal with this solitude, make this happy feeling into an enjoyable thing. And we need to give our brain hopes and dreams. We need a reason to live. We need a reason to wake up in the morning, and we need a reason to go out and do something. That's hopes and dreams. And we have to find the reasons for ourselves because nobody else is going to be able to do that for us. We need to cultivating ourselves, which means we need to learn some new things. As we get older, and we like to say, when I was young, we don't do these things. Or we used to do this thing in a different way. This thing is not going to help us. We're not going back to the old times. So there's only one direction going to the future. So we have to kind of make ourselves kind of live at current moment. And what about sharing and give? We have accumulated a lot of knowledge, experiences, and there may be some wealth also. And they are powerful. That belong to us. So we can share and give, and this will make ourselves healthy and happy too. And the last but not least, be close to nature. we are part of the nature. We came from nature and we will go back to nature. We're not talking about going to the national parks, but also enjoy the birds, the flowers, grass, trees in the backyard, and maybe dogs and cats. We're all nature. So after reading this book, I feel like the book itself and the author is a very good mentor for life. So I have to start thinking about how I'm going to live the rest of my life. So I think a good mentor is giving a big picture and also practical exercise or activities we can do to achieve the goal. And in this book, I think the author has achieved that goal. All right, thank you, Toastmasters. Thank you for listening to me. And back to Toastmaster. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for a good speech about the your sharing your book story and your learning, and thanks for that. And definitely, everybody has a life cycle, and hopefully we will consider, maybe we should just make something change when we move towards retirement, and then we'll need to plan for it. Thank you. And the next speaker is our coach, Baham, and today is a very special project and how to deal with tough audience, and it's hard to do during the Zoom meeting. And we have assigned a role for each people. And and you can go ahead and give the speech, and we will learn from it. And we try to play as much as we can to support you. Okay.
Bother me, right? Thank you. May I share my screen?
Sorry.
May I
Proactively.
Pardon me?
Proactively.
Yes. May I share my screen?
Sure.
Do you see that?
Not yet. Okay, yeah, it's coming up.
Do you see that?
Yes.
Timer, you may now start. Good morning, everybody. The topic of today's presentation is the real estate global market in the US and especially in Texas. We have 3 real estate agents in our group, and the other one is Maggie, that she's not yet, the other Maggie, not this Maggie. But anyhow, we have a lot of investors that are coming from out of country. Forget about California that they come to Texas. I talk about it later on. But any idea why? I like to get some ideas from you. Why foreign investors buy homes in USA and especially in Texas? Wrong now, you're going to talk?
Yeah, the growing market over here, I think job opportunities, a lot of headquarters are moving in. I think that be a good reason to invest over here in Texas.
Very good. I get summary of that. First of all, this is one of the country allows the foreigners to own a home in the US. Because I know some other countries that have some restriction, and I'll talk about it. The other one is lower price compared to their countries in many places. Larger houses with large land, especially in Texas, everything is big in Texas, right? And also Texas, compared to the other states in United States during the foreclosure, was most stable state because they have their own restriction and rules. As far as I said, US is one of a few countries that they allow ownership. There are many countries that they allow maybe foreigners, but they have some restrictions. For example, in Mexico, You cannot own the house close to the beach. You have to be away from the beach at least 50 kilometers. And you cannot have a house close to the border. You have to have minimum 100 kilometers to that. You raise your hand. You want to talk about? China?
Yes.
What is the question?
I think the rule that go 50 kilometer from beach is a good rule. We should have that rule in Texas as well. Did you see that there was a house just collapsed to the ocean that just not long ago? And so
Thank you very much for your comment. That's a good one. I don't say that I agree with them or I did not agree with the countries. Yes, that should be a good idea. It's something personal, and also some countries they decided to do that. And that example that you gave, the house went down, is not only for foreigners.
Yeah, but I was going to say, is this a rule only for foreigners, or is it a general rule to everybody?
For Mexico, that's for foreigners, but for United States, there is no rule against it. Any foreigners can have any place as they wish, close to the beach, next to the beach, no problem. Thank you very much for your input, for clarification. And some other countries, they require you must be citizen of that country in order to own the house. For example, in Dubai, maximum, if you are not a Dubai citizen, you can have only 49%. So in that case, some people, they go and share and get partnered with some other people that they are citizen and they do it. But there is no one person that a citizen of that country they can own. And I have many other examples on that. As far as some statistics, this is the general statistic that Mexico, 5% of the people, they own their houses. And in China, less than 1%, they own their houses. And of course, I have a comment on China because I know several of you in Chinese. I heard that in China, you can own the house, but there is a note on it that 99 years you can have it. And that the whole thing belongs to the government. And after that, they may renew it or not renew it. So even with that one person is not good, and you can own the house here in US and somewhere else. And as far as the statistics, 65% of the US, they own their houses. Now, the study shows that investors from foreign countries, when they come, on average, with the median house that they purchase is more expensive than the regular US citizens. For example, in entire United States, the median house from American is about 249,000 overall. I'm not talking about below band or something like that, all the US, but on average for foreigners is 292. So it means they buy a little bit higher or more expensive houses. And as far as the first 5 countries, the most that they purchase here, those are China, Canada, England, India, and Mexico. And where they do it, number 1 is Florida is number 1, California is number 2, and Texas is number 2. So Texas is one of the good ones. In Texas, the most purchases are from Mexico, Mexican people. And there are 6 major cities: Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, El Paso, and McAllen, close to the border of the Mexico. Now, I'd like to ask you this question. I know you are not expert on pricing, but if you see a house like that in Dallas area, Dallas-Fort Worth, it has 3 beds, 1 bath, and of course, no covered part garage. How much you are willing to pay for this house, either to live in it or for investment?
40,000.
40,000. Wow, very good. Wow.
100,000.
Anybody else?
80,000.
20K.
80,000 or Shank? Okay. Wow, don't double. I like you to have you as my client. Anybody else?
150,000.
Who said $100,000?
150.
Again, you went up. Oh, you were competing.
down.
Okay. Look at this one. $1 million.
Wow.
It has, of course, that's in Australia, and I assume that's based on their dollar. So I converted to US dollar. Each US dollar, each Australian dollar is 0.74 US dollars. So it becomes $740,000. If you have $740,000, which one you're going to invest? This house in Australia or 4 or 5 houses much nicer in Texas? Any thought about it?
So this is for
Well, yeah.
investment only?
Pardon me? No. Anybody you can buy it. I mean, if you want to live in it, that's fine. I'm saying if you want to buy for yourself to live in it, probably you offer less. Or I don't know. It depends on.
Mhm.
No, I'm not going to
Very
offer that, and depends on the Australia, the income, right? If the Australia, you can rent this house every month, you can rent $50,000. Yeah, I will
Of
invest
course,
it.
but do you think the Australian make 6 or 7 times more than American?
I'm not sure about this rental income, and this
Yes,
maybe
that's a
special
good idea.
location.
Income, that's very good one. But if you have $740,000 in Australia, do you like to spend one house over there, or you come here and buy 5 houses like this?
Of course, I'll come to America. Of course.
Yes.
So that's the main thing that many they come. And now this one is 2 bed, 1 bath, and of course no garage. How much you are willing to pay?
For me, maybe 150.
Wow, you went up. I'd like to know why you went from 40 and 80 to 100. This is 2 bed.
Mhm. Well, how maybe location. Location also has something to do with the prices of the house.
Very good point. Let's hear from the others. That's good. Anybody else?
Yeah, it depends on the location. If it's on the beach,
Huh? How much you're willing to pay if it's on the beach?
100,000.
Okay, 100,000.
How big is the land?
$3.2 million. If you have $2.4 million US dollars, do you like to buy the house over there, close to the beach, next to the beach, or you buy here in a palace next to the beach?
Yeah, of course, here in America.
Yes, those are the obvious, and that's the reason we have a lot of investors, they come to US. In addition, you have a lot of investors from California, they come here because it's bigger, cheaper, and so on, the same concept. With that, I'm recommending that we need to know the culture of the foreigner investors when they come, how to talk to them, and the way that they negotiate. We should know about it, the way that they make a contract in their country. We need to educate them that this is different. When you sign something, you're obligated to follow. And those are the topics that usually I cover in my diversity meetings and panel discussion. Now with that, any questions? And these are some of the resources. Any questions?
So are you that encouraging foreign investors to come to invest in Texas?
No, I'm not. I was saying the reason that they are coming. And if you open the door for them with $740,000 or $2.4 million, they can come and buy 10 houses here.
That's right.
That's the reason I'm saying that's the reason they come. I'm not saying that I'm encouraging that they come, but what I'm saying for real, as a real estate agent, because we know the market is there, we need to open our eyes. And also, in order to make a deal, we need to understand their cultures. My emphasis is why they come here. And the second one is we make sure that we understand their cultures, because there are some, if you ask the question, what's your profession? It depends on which country he's from, he gets it. If you tell them this is okay, even it's okay here, it's not okay in many cultures. They may not take it good. So those are some of the areas that I'm insisting that be aware of. And that's the one that I'm covering in my panel discussion.
I'm encouraged by your presentation. I think I want to be a real estate agent too.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster. Oh, Mr. Toastmaster, I'm sorry.
Very informative.
Yeah, thank you for that, and lots of good information about the housing. Yeah, it convinced that hey, maybe it's good time to invest in Texas, not in Australia. What is the house? Why it cost so much? I was wondering why. Who the idiot people buy those houses?
The issue is,
Okay.
I guess Americans have to immigrate to United States, right? That's the issue.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Money,
next
money.
will be our next section will be our table topic, and
We
we.
are going to
Oh,
call
sorry,
for the
sorry.
timer report.
Yeah, sorry, I need to do the timer report, and we need to do the vote. And for the runner, and she's supposed to be speak 5 to 7 minutes, and she spoke for 8 minutes and 28 seconds. And for our second speech is 10 to 12, and the time is 11 minutes and 46 seconds. And the next you can technically Rana is not qualified because she spoke too much. Is and Baham is within the time limit, so technically he is the only winner for this.
No, I said I'm not going to be. Give it to the wrong now.
Okay, yeah, sure. If that, thank you. Thanks for that. And Rana is
Yay!
our best speaker. We don't need to vote. And like I said, thank you, Chan, for reminding me about the timer report and the vote. And the next, we can move on to the next section will be our table topic. And our table topic master will be Chan. And back to you, Chan.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. So today, I think our topic is about the new school year. And for table topics that we will have from last meeting, the area director just recommended, he said that we don't just call or ask for the volunteers. So I will call the name. I will ask a question, and each speaker supposed to be talked to between 1 to 2 minutes. And please remember to use the word of the day is proactive. I should put a sign there, so remind all the speakers. So for the new school year, that I always think this is a tough time, but also exciting time for parents or for students, for teachers, especially this year that we are seeing the new Delta variant is surging. The school is not offering the hybrid option anymore, so all the kids are going back to school. That makes all the parents as well as the teachers worried. My first question is, if you are a principal of a school, what will you do in order to protect the students as well as the faculty from the catching the Delta variant, but also don't make them freak out? So I will call Galicia.
Good morning. As the principal of the school, first and foremost, she should be or he should be proactive. He should take responsibility of actions, and he should plan ahead for future events or any problems or any need of the schools, of the school, and also the students, teachers, and parents. And of course, he or she should prioritize positive and be a proactive leader of the school. He should also set goals on what the school should achieve at the end of the year. And also, he should also be able to learn from mistakes because along the way, because this is a difficult year for the students and the teachers and the whole school. And each of the parent who is supposed to be proactive, and teachers expected to be proactive. They should form a team. They should be a teamwork, working with each other. They have to be involved in the activities of the students, especially the parents should be involved in the activities of the students. And as a whole, the principal should be able to see what is, or foresee, or to look forward, or be proactive enough that he would or she would be able to see what is going to be the need of the students, and therefore being able to follow and be able to implement the solution. He should be a solution-oriented principal in order to protect the children, the teachers as a whole, and to achieve the goal of the school system. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Delicia. That's a
welcome.
great way to manage a school. I especially like that you say is solution-oriented principle, and being proactive, and also learning from the lessons, listening to the feedback. I hope that my son's school's principal will use that the method for dealing with this hard, tough situation.
Thank you.
So next question. So we all already way past the school time of our life. And by looking at our kids, it feel like they have so many opportunities, so many potentials. When the school year started, there's so many planning for us to do as a parents. But for ourselves, my question is, if you can go back to certain period of your school time, what period or which day, what the specific moment that you choose, and what will you do differently? I'll ask Maggie, you want?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. If I could have gone back to some time to renew my schooling, I would prefer a college period. I enjoy the freedom of choosing classes. And also you can be proactive to do a lot of things like planning, reading, doing exercise, or interacting, and where and when. When I was in college, I didn't feel that I had those choices that I could have made. However, I followed the principles and guidelines set by the school, and also I tried to make as much as I can to choose what I read, because I like reading. So I read a lot of books. I borrowed books from a teacher who had broader connection in English. She stored a lot of books. She was very kind to lend the books to me and the students like me. And we learned a lot from reading the books in English at that time. I like to go back to that time to really focus on reading broadly, contemplating what I read, and enjoy that type of life without any responsibilities for actual world. I didn't require too much to live on, but I was happy. Mainly, I had the desire to acquire knowledge, a lot of knowledge in many areas. For today, if I could give some advice to the students, you might want to take the opportunity to after you finish your school work and really look inside what you are passionate about, what you are interested, branch out, read or do what you like. That will be my dream. Back to you, Toastmaster, table topic master.
Thank you, Maggie. The college times definitely some those best time of our life. You are having no responsibilities, but you also mature enough to make your own choices. You don't need to be controlled by your parents all the time. So those are the time that is really we need to be responsible and self-driven. Those are the days that I think every one of us may want to have chance to go back to relive that and then make some different choices or just keep enjoying that. For the question I have next is we have completely different. So for the group of our team, we have most of us have different culture background. So we grow up in a different school system than our kids grow up in United States. So we all grow up like in the Asian, or we call about the Oriental the background, the system, school system. The school is more focusing, being more strict and being more grade focus. But here in the United States, the kids have much more freedom when they're young. But then at the time progress, at a certain stage, everything shoveled to them. They're just forcing to take much more than what they have learned before. And that's sometimes I believe is a challenge for both parents and kids to adjust to from the period of having a lot of freedom to a lot of stress. In your opinion, which system do you think works better for the kids' overall development? Barman, do you want to answer that question?
Yes, Madam Table Topic Master. As part of the culture in Iraq, when a baby is born, they threw them up and said, my future doctor, my future engineer. So everything is doctor or engineer. they don't take any other roles or any other major that is important. And they, in their school, they emphasize too much in math and science, but I have not seen any courses like dancing, music, or something like that. So it's completely different than here. I see the differences when they come to US, for example, me and so on. As far as education go to university at the first stage, they are much ahead of American students, but they have not enjoyed their life. So at that time they start seeing and they want to see some of them become spoiled and they take maximum effort to enjoy, and they don't continue to the same way that they have done it. So at the beginning they are much ahead, but when you look at it proactively, they are not the same happiness they had, the same happiness that the American students they have. These are some of the differences. For being successful in job, the older system, the other countries' cultures are preferred. They do that. But as far as be happy and successful in their life, I think American cultures at the later on, they become more successful. This is my observation, and I go with that. Thank you very much, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Barman, for providing that background from Iran's the background. I think we have a lot of Chinese and we have Filipinos, and we learn something from Iran, how the system works. And we see similarities that between the different cultures that in Asian countries. How is our time? Do I have time for more questions, Mr. Toastmaster?
Yeah, we do.
We do have one more question?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we will talk about something maybe related to our kids. So I still remember when my son goes to school the first day of his kindergarten. I was crying, seeing that he was carrying his backpack and walking to the school, like I'm not ready for that yet. So that's my most memorable memory from my kid's first day of school for any, time during right now he's in middle school. So that's my memory. So for you, what is the most memorable moment that in your kids' school time or your own, also you can say that your own school time as well? I will ask question to Rona. Could you provide your insight?
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Thank you for giving me this question. I'm trying to search in my memories which moment was more memorable, but I can't really think of any moment at this time. But I would say for my kids, let's talk about my older one. She went to daycare, started going to be taken care of by somebody else other myself since she was 2 months old. To me, it's kind of natural. So I kind of remind myself, she's not mine. She is herself. She has her own life to live. And she went to school, went to different daycares. And when she started going to kindergarten, it's just a continuous for her being in preschool, and it's just going to a different school system. And she started learning more in school, reading, and I spent some time kind of learning with her. I think it's an enjoyable time for her being in school and for myself to learn about. I kind of relived my childhood. My childhood was completely different from hers, but by raising her up, I kind of relived my childhood myself. So she's growing. She's now in high school. She takes some classes that maybe I have never learned before in my school time, but I kind of admire her, encourage her, kind of support her. But I don't try to think she is mine. She is by herself. Like everybody is going to live their own life. Our parents, had a very different life than ours, and theirs are going to be different than ours too. So it's a process. I just enjoy the process of being in school, as in my speech, is part of our lifetime. So I'm trying to enjoy it. And it's maybe sometimes not as good, but thank you for the question, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Rona, for sharing that insight. Definitely, I think that we as parents, it's really hard for us to keep reminding ourselves that our kid is not ours. They have their own life trying to support. And there's so many good memories that in the kids when they grow up, it's hard really to pick one that's favorable. So I think at this moment, should I ask one more question or should we call for the timers, the report and grammar report? Mr. Toastmaster?
Yeah, we still have some time, and yeah, we can allow one more question.
Oh, I thought our January evaluator is 11:15.
Yeah, we don't need to take that much time, right? Maggie,
No
do you
many,
need more
no,
time?
no time, right?
Let me
I have
look at
something to do,
the
so I
agenda.
need to leave earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe we can do we already have the 4 questions. I'm glad I was not asking the question. Then let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah. So
summary
we'll.
report.
Yeah.
Summary report, and the first speaker, the initial and the 2 minutes 9 seconds. Second speaker is 2 minutes and 51 seconds. The third speaker, 1 minute 44 seconds, and the last speaker runner, 2 minutes 50 seconds. So yeah.
So all qualified.
Technically, runner and the second one, Maggie, right?
Yeah.
Maggie,
Excellent.
and both of them are not qualified. The maximum allowed time is 2 minutes 30 seconds.
It's close enough. We
It's
qualify
up
them.
to you.
Yes. And then for the grammaring, did all the speaker use the word of the day? Delisha,
Oh,
did you?
Maggie used the proactive one. Bowman once. Rana didn't use it. And I think I used it 3 times.
Okay, so now we pass the vote to vote counter. That's Delisha as well, right? Oh no, Rona. I'm sorry, Rona. Yes. So you pass the vote of the best topic speaker to Rona, and I will pass back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you for the lots of good questions for the tabletop master and the lots of the interaction and feedback to the people to the photo Toastmaster. Now let's go to the meeting agenda. Is the general evaluator, Maggie? It's your turn.
Thank you very much, table topic master and Toastmaster for today. Even though we don't have many people for this session, but I think we had a very interesting, very serious meeting, very professional. I learned a lot from you, Bauman, and Rona. Rona's topic speech title is very relative. It's very current for people like me. We probably cannot imagine that we can live to 120 years, but how long we live, we try to make it quality, make the best out of it with our own efforts, given the condition and the situation. I think we are very good on time to start a meeting today. And we went through the procedure step by step very well. And the speakers did a fantastic job. They all spoke with a lot of information and meanings on time. And the table topics are very interesting, right to the theme, to the point, and everybody enjoyed answering the question. Even we got so excited and then we exceeded the time without knowing what time limit was. So in general, it's a very productive meeting. I enjoy it. Now, let's call upon our evaluator. I'm sorry, who is the evaluator? I didn't see
Betty
it.
is first one.
Betty, okay. Betty, please take it over.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Nora, today, her topic is she shared a book for I have decided to live 120 years. You know what? When I see this book, I just surprised. That's the one Chinese community, Charlie Chen, he ever talk about this book, but I didn't know. Actually, he is the translator. So I have listened to his sharing in our Chinese community. So when Rona talking about this book, and you talking about more summary about the book, your first have life, and then your second have life. So this is all our line process. At the beginning, I can feel you have a sigh. You very loud. I can hear. So next time, don't show you're nervous too much. Just be calm and don't make too much sound. People can hear you are nervous. And you are talking about, you are sharing the book. We learn a lot. You read it sounds like you are reading the book and you didn't have a eye contact with the audience or interact. Maybe you can interact with the audience, and after at the end you can ask people what you learn, and you can convince the audience your thought, influence the audience about this book. You can practice a little bit. Since you said this is advanced mentoring, right? So you need to mentor us what you learn and influence us. And more summary, then we will more know what this book talking about, how to live to 120 years, instead of just the stage, the book, the processing, and don't know how to practice with that. So we need to learn more from that. This is very huge topic. You talk in a very condensed, it's hard to condense, I know, but you did a good job. Thank you. Back to general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Betty. It's a very constructive information and feedback for the speaker. I'm sure Rona has taken your advice for the future, and I agree with that. When we speak, sometimes I can forget just to be aware of the variation of your tones. In notation, you can emphasize on something or get excited about something, especially for living to 120 years. You have a, Rana, you have a beautiful picture in front of us with the majestic, massive mountain in the middle and the very decisive language there. I have decided to live. So you can emphasize, increase your tone, lower it, lower the pace, or speed it up a little bit. So let's add the variation in our speaking. Thank you again. Now let's welcome Ming-Ching for Bauman's evaluation. Ming-Ching.
Yeah, thank you, Maggie and Bauman. And this is a very interesting topic today. And I really enjoyed the speech you gave today. And you actually convinced me, hey, it is a good idea to invest in Texas than other countries like Australia. And you stand up during the speech and you have very good posture. I see your hand movement. And today we're supposed to be talk about try to deal with some hard tough audience, and it looks like we did have a lot of engagement from our role play. Thanks a lot for all the people contribute for this. And when we interrupt, when Bama was interrupt, he shows the professionalism, and he was pay attention to the people's questions. And when people raise their hand and he will ask, hey, do you have any questions? So I really enjoy this. And but one thing we can improve is the silent role player. And we're supposed to have one role, people assigned with silent role and engagement. And maybe if Barman sometimes forgot, hey, maybe he didn't pay attention because we have so many people talking. Maybe he forgot one people, maybe did not ask any question, did not engage that person particularly. That's the only thing I noticed. And another thing is that we have a very good slide. We have lots of good information, but it looks like some slides are kind of busy. For example, the slides with at the beginning, you show some country health limitation. You cannot buy a house within 50 kilometer or 100 kilometer in the border and the beach. That slide seems too busy for me, and we may need to maybe only limit 5 or 6 bullet points. We don't need to necessarily all the words there, maybe have some bullet points there. Okay, so in summary, we have a very good speech for the very hot topic for investment, and we have a very good example with a lot of pictures. And when he was interrupted by other with questions, and he showed some patience with listening, and asks people when people raise a question. So you show them you gain attention to the people. And another thing I would suggest maybe for some slides, maybe we have less material and maybe we can break down with different slides. I like your picture and example, and I like your number. For example, your convince number, you show Australian money with the US number. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ming-Chin, for your evaluation, which is conducive and precise for the speaker to look into for the future. And also one thing I noticed from Bauman's speech, Bauman's style, when he spoke and answered questions, he's neutral. He would tell you that's my observation, or that's the information I have from this resource. I am sharing that with you. So I think it's a very good point as a speaker to speak in public. Now, let's cast a vote for the best evaluator. You can send the vote individually to Rona, who is our vote counter for today. While you're casting a vote, let me call for the timer's report. Ming-Chin.
Yeah, the first evaluator spoke about 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And for me, I speak 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
All qualified. Now, let's have the report from the vote counter and the grammarian. Our counter and the grammarian. Delisha.
Yes. For the grammars, as a grammarian, my report is Bauman and Maggie, you did excellent use of the English language. For Chang, very highly good use of English. And Minging, use of grammar usage is good. And Betty, highly improved use of English language. And Rangna, with effort, good use of English language. And one thing I would like to say for Rangna, I know she really do extensive research every time she does the speech. But if you can, if you're not sure on how to pronounce the word, you can always use the dictionary, because that way you will sharpen your skill in your English and grammar. For example, the word that you use for the title of your speech, it's spelled protege. I thought that you just say it in the way that you're still learning, but you said protege. So you can go back and look back to the dictionary and check on it. Thank you for the grammar. And for the counter, I overused for me, for Delicia. For Maggie, only one and twice. For Chang, overused for 3 times, 2 times. And for Minging, I stopped counting the overused word and. For Rangna also, she has a hard time with the like I do, 3 times. So overused 1 time, 3 times, and she used is only 2 times. And that's it for the grammar and for the counter report. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much for your detailed report, which really helps us when we speak many times we tend to forget to avoid the unnecessary words. This is the opportunity for us to train our brain not to use those filler words, and yet we can continue our thoughts without any big problem. Thanks again for the nice report. Again, I would like to congratulate everybody for this nice, joyful, professional, productive meeting. Everybody's proactive, and we were interacting with each other, which is conducted very nicely. Now, I'd like to give the floor to our Toastmaster for today, Ming-Ching.
Thank you. And do we have the vote? And who is the best topic? And who is the best innovator? And who is the best big three?
I only have a few votes over here. If you guys want to continue to send in.
Okay, yeah, let's give everybody 1 minute to vote. And maybe Chan, do you want to take the pictures? Oh, who's taking pictures, Chan or Betty?
I didn't take the picture. I can try to. Maggie,
Is that
your
we-
hand.
Oh, 1 second.
Okay.
I'm voting. I will be back.
We can do multitask.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Betty, go ahead.
Okay, Chen.
I'm smiling.
Yes,
Where is it?
Then we cannot hear you.
Good.
I said I cannot breathe, do it fast.
I know.
Okay,
I've been waiting.
I text to Chen, okay?
Again.
Cannot hear you.
Say ready, 1, 2, 3.
One more. Who is taking it?
Oh my God.
Chen, you mute. Chen, you mute.
She cannot hear us.
Okay, I got it.
Okay,
Oh, you
good.
got it?
Yes.
Everybody's eyes are open.
It's okay. We'll have a lot of good smile.
That's great.
Maybe next time, maybe we can purposely do that, and we can keep the people, everybody smile and happy.
Yes.
Okay, maybe Rana, do you have the vote result?
Yeah, I could give the vote. Best evaluator, Ming-Ching. Best table topics speaker, Maggie. And big three is
Oh, I forgot the big three.
Chang. Best speaker is Baman. Baman, you did a very good speech today.
Oh, I thought I wrote
I
it
thought-
for Rana.
Yeah, wrong noise the one.
Qualified. I overtimed.
No, wrong now.
That's
You both,
okay.
you both are best speaker today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank for the teamwork and Rana and the Bang. Thank you each other. Yeah, it looks like we are a very good team. Okay, now we can go back to the Chan. You can close the meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. That's a very interesting meeting today. I really enjoyed it. I think we have picked a good relevant theme. The new school year. This is always some hot topic, and this is a good time to talk about it. It's right at the time. I like the way that everybody discussed to each other, and especially Ming-Ching that you send out those information ahead of time for us as a role player to get to know that what we're supposed to do to be make Barman's speech more efficient, more productive. I really enjoy the discussion, and I feel our meeting is getting more and more, everybody is getting more and more relaxed. It's a kind of, you feel like you're talking to a friends. You don't have, at beginning of when I joined the club, I feel like I'm obligated to trying to always, very, very intense and very go with the paper or go with the lines. But now I feel our team is, or our club, especially for the members that joined today, I feel everybody is improving as well as enjoy the meeting. And I think that's really our goal, is for us to enjoy instead of thinking this as some big task or burden that will discourage our members. So I think we are heading to the very good directions, and our team, the club members are being more active. And I hope next meeting, which is in 2 weeks, right? I hope we're going to seeing more faces. This is kind of, I think summer is hard, as we talked about before. Summer is hard for members to be active, and hopefully we'll see more and more faces coming back to our meeting, starting that when the school started. So I think it's great. I really enjoy our meeting today, and I'll see everyone in 2 weeks. And
Good.
we'll have anything else that we need to bring up?
Yeah, we
Yes.
need to decide who's the Toastmaster for next week. And
Oh,
who's
yes,
speaker.
sorry, yes. Who is the Toastmaster for next meeting?
Can
Rona?
decide.
Rona or Maggie? We take turn. Rona or Maggie?
Uh,
Can be Toastmaster
I'll take
it.
next meeting. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay, I'll do it. Take it.
So Maggie will be the Toastmaster, right? For
Yeah.
next meeting?
Okay, that will be in September.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have 2 meetings a month.
I think next meeting is 21st, isn't it? August 21st?
Should be, right?
We have the first, no, I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Yes, you're right.
Mhm.
You're right.
So Maggie will be the next Toastmaster on August 21st.
Yeah, so
Okay.
for now, does anyone who wants to speak for next meeting? If you have
Yeah, I can
already,
speak for the meeting. It's been a while
Great.
for me.
great. If you have plans, better take the opportunity now.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Before I ask anybody else, you. And anybody else? Betty, Rona, do you want to continue with your project? Barman, Delisha?
I'd like to, but I may not be here, depending. My brother-in-law is really any moment now.
Okay,
So I'll let you know.
okay,
I will try
Okay.
to speak if I can. Okay.
okay, that's
How
fantastic.
busy and
Yeah, we
then
still have time. Yeah, we just need one speaker, and if they need to speak, and they can send you email.
Yeah, we can have 2 or 3 speakers.
Yeah,
And
we still
your
have time.
speech is about 5 to 7 minutes. Yes.
I'll try
Okay.
to give a speech as well. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Potentials, two potentials already. Fantastic.
thank
Great
you.
job, Chan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good rest
Bye.
weekend.
We had a great meeting. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next time.